It feels like only yesterday we were wide-eyed and bushy-tailed waiting for the launch of Overwatch 2 after years of waiting. And nearly 2 months down the line, Season 1 of the hero shooter sequel is coming to an end. So was it a success? Did it cash in on the hype and deliver everything we were looking for? Or was Season 1 a bad sign of things to come? Well, in the spirit of the festive season, let's take a look at what Overwatch 2 Season 1 actually did well. 5v5 is great. The new format is faster paced and fights feel quicker and carry way more weight, especially on new game mode Push, which despite a few issues with spawn points has also been a pretty good addition. It's better than 2CP anyway, and with a few new maps added as the game rolls on, it'll become a staple and a good one, I'm sure. Speaking of maps, Season 1 brought in Esperanza, along with the Push game mode, and it's a decent addition with plenty of character and plenty of flanking opportunities, so I think we can count that as a success as well. And it has to be said that Season 1's biggest addition to the game, new support hero Kiriko, has been a smash hit, proving popular among the casual player base and absolutely smashing it in the Overwatch League and higher ranked player meta to boot. And as a support main, any season that adds a new support to the threadbare roster will always have a chance at winning me over. But unfortunately, that's kind of where the good stuff ends, and we get onto the mediocre or just downright bad bits of the season. And that, sadly but predictably, largely revolves around the Battle Pass. There has been a demoralising lack of rewarding progression in Overwatch 2 from day one. Yes, there's the Battle Pass to work through, but unless you paid for the premium track, chances are you barely even registered what you unlocked. Such was the disparity in quality and hype in what you could get between the tracks. And look, I understand why you have to keep your prettiest or most epic skins hidden behind a paywall. And the Genji Mythic skin was genuinely a highlight of the entire season. Customizable, colourful, fits the theme of the season. Yes, give me more of that. Overwatch 2 is a free-to-play game and it has to make money somehow. But how is plying your player base new and old with useless souvenirs, voice lines they'll never use, and average at best emotes gonna convince them that actually they should pay you? And continuously grind and play your game. The lack of rewarding progression puts people off. And players who pay for the Battle Pass and pay for the levels aren't really incentivized to keep playing at that point. So yes, you get some money, but does that translate into a long-term fan and player invested in where Overwatch 2 is going? Would it have been so hard to throw a few more skins, free and paid, into the Battle Pass that actually fit with the cyberpunk theme Season 1 supposedly had? To their credit, it does seem like Blizzard are listening here. We can unlock skins just by playing the Winter Wonderland event coming up, for example. But why should people continue to grind for little to no reward? And this gets 10 times worse when you consider the myriad controversies the store has gone through in Season 1. Let's not even talk about the fact they removed Mei from the game, stopped her coming back in due to a delayed patch, but still put a new Mei skin in the store that wasn't even usable at that point. Fans have hit back hard against the pricing of skins. $20 is pretty high when you consider that $60 would have bought you the entirety of Overwatch 1. And especially bundles that locked certain skins so you could only buy them with a voice line and souvenir you're never going to use anyway. Although thankfully, hopefully they're a thing of the past. And the lack of premium currency in the Battle Pass, even for those who actually paid for it, and the sparing amount they give out through challenges means feasibly unlocking content in Overwatch 2 Season 1 was way too expensive. That said, obviously players still bought skins, bundles, and the Battle Pass in their droves, so despite the issues and complaints, this is still probably a win for Blizzard and Overwatch 2 overall. But that's cosmetics, stuff that ultimately doesn't affect gameplay. No skin is meta. Heroes, on the other hand, that's something very different. Kiriko, while popular and powerful, was placed way too far down the Battle Pass in Season 1. Level 55 to access the latest hero is simply asking a bit too much of most players. But Season 1 was somewhat covered since she came free to everyone who played Overwatch 1, so the backlash was minimal. That's not the case for Ramatra. If he's in the same position on the Battle Pass, which it seems he will be, and he's one of the best tanks in the game, which it seems he will be, will players pay to play? What happens when the majority of players don't have access to a new hero? Without paying anyway, and they turn out to be meta. Will players grind? Begrudgingly pay? Or drop off when that rewarding progression they were looking for just isn't delivered? We do also need to consider the issues around competitive ranked games this season as well. Yes, the game is still technically in early access, whatever that means for an ever-evolving, always-on live service game, but the competitive issues have been fairly prominent. The Bronze 5 glitch, trapping players in the lowest ranks seemingly forever. Yes, it was patched, but how many fell off the game just because of that? The infuriatingly vague skill rating and matchmaking in ranked games that honestly discouraged grinding more than encouraged it. And obviously the removal of heroes, Bastion, Torb, and Mei, because they somehow broke the games in their own varied and occasionally hilarious ways. In terms of the core Overwatch experience, Season 1 ultimately delivered. It's the same fast-paced hero shooter we know and love with a new lick of paint and a new game mode to get your teeth into. And for Blizzard, it has likely done what it wanted it to do. introduced a new monetizable system with the store and battle pass that, while controversial and unpopular at times, has still probably pulled plenty of money in, which will hopefully mean more Overwatch content for us for a long time to come. But it's had problems, and lots of them. There's a great game there behind all the controversy, and Season 2 can fix so much of what made Season 1 disappointing, and despite the issues, hype for the game is still high. The question is, can Season 2 deliver on it? Thanks for watching. Let us know down in the comments what were your thoughts on Season 1. Success, failure, somewhere in the middle? And don't forget to subscribe for more Overwatch 2 content like this as Season 2 kicks off.